This week on the Wildcat Report, Uptown freshman snags her first solo. A dance team newcomer earns an important scholarship. A JV cheerleader and her injury. Craig and Will take a look at local sushi restaurants. In this week's Sports Corner with Andrew and Colby. Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Corey Hadfield.
And I'm Emily Seaton, and this is the Wildcat Report.
This past Saturday, January 21st, people marched across the globe to participate in the Women's March, including here in the Omaha metro area, where thousands of people joined in on the protests.
Miller West Show Choir Swing Cats and West in the Groove placed first. However, West in the Groove also placed for finals. Uptown Girls placed third, with the help of a freshman who has a solo. Tess and Ellie checked out more.
From August to May, the Millard West Show Choirs work day in and day out to perfect their competition-winning routines. This year, one member of the girls' varsity group, Uptown Girls, has had a big pair of shoes to fill. Freshman Chloe Moore has made her mark as a soloist.
She's a performer, and anything she does, she's all in. She turns it on for the stage, so that's a great asset to have.
Chloe has never doubted her passion for music since elementary school.
I would say 5th grade I kind of started taking voice lessons because I had interest in it, and then from there I just got involved with more things. I was at the show choir at SNJ Studios. That's where I'm taking my voice lessons now, and it's kind of just evolved into where I am now.
As Chloe's 8th grade year came to a close, she knew she was not only interested in trying out for show choir, but also for a solo.
Well, she's got a great energy, and it's a high energy tune, the one that she's doing, very different from the other solos in the show. Her voice seemed to match the right style for the piece.
Once Chloe found out about getting the solo, she practiced and practiced to make the solo her own. With Uptown being made of all girls, they have been able to create a close bond that shows on and off the stage.
I think it's easier to bond with them because you are together like 24/7, because you practice after school, before school, competitions every weekend, and so it was really easy to bond with her, and she's so sweet. She's really funny and sassy.
Gosh, I bond with all those lovely ladies so much. We've had so many bondings and just time to spend together, and there's just so much love. There isn't any hate in that group, which is what I really appreciate about it.
As Chloe's freshman season has just begun, there is so much more in store for her. This has been Ellie and Tess with the Wildcat Report.
Thanks, Tess and Ellie, for putting that performer in the spotlight.
One freshman on the dance team pirouetted her way into a Jocelyn Summer Scholarship. Newcomers Cara and Olivia got the deets.
Dance is something that Kayla French has enjoyed her whole life, but nothing compares to her experience of getting to learn from the best at the Joffrey Ballet School in New York City.
Because I thought it was a good opportunity to go meet professional dancers from ABT, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to get into the New York lifestyle, because that's where I want to live when I grow up.
Not only was this offer extremely exciting for Kayla, but one of her teammates and her team sponsor also had some exciting thoughts about it.
That's super exciting for her to be able to go there and get it's an offer. Yeah, so that was, yeah.
I think Kayla is definitely worthy of the offer. She's a beautiful dancer. We are definitely blessed to have her on our team this year.
Although Kayla is amazing at ballet, she also brings some amazing qualities to our own Millard West dance team.
Well, she's super you can just tell she's super ballet trained, and she's super flexible, insanely flexible, and she's very strong, so those are some of her good factors.
Kayla is an extremely talented dancer who received an opportunity that she'll never forget. This has been Olivia Coleman and Cara Young with the Wildcat Report.
A bend, a backflip, a break.
A JV cheerleader is recovering after an injury during practice. Emily and Megan check out more.
3 competitions into the season, with only 2 to go, Ashlin Heiman cuts her season short after breaking her arm at cheer practice.
I was doing a back handspring, and then I went to land on my hands going backwards, and then my arm just kind of snapped under me, and then it was broken.
After the accident, her teammates tried to help her as much as possible.
Everyone kind of like ran to help her immediately. Like some people ran upstairs to get water while the person like called 911 and someone else called her mom. And like some people were just there to talk her through it and make her feel more comfortable so she wasn't so scared.
Many thoughts ran through Ashlin's mind, but her main concern was getting back on the mat.
I mean, I was in shock and I was kind of just worried about like if I would need surgery or how long I'd be out of cheer.
The team was hard at work fixing their routine with only 4 days till their next competition.
Well, we already had a really small team to start with. We had 8 at the beginning and now we're down to 6 with 2 injuries. So it's definitely affecting them. They compete this weekend, but we just redid everything in a matter of like 10 minutes. So we're going to be cleaning it throughout the day and hopefully they pick it up really fast and this weekend goes well.
Her recovery is already underway, and she's hoping to get back to cheer at tryouts on March 30th.
I had surgery on both bones because they broke all the way through, and so I got plates on the brakes, and then I just have this and then brace.
Millard West JV competition team placed first out of 4 at their competition on Sunday, even though Ashlin was on the sidelines cheering her teammates on. This has been Emily Torring and Megan Stevens with the Wildcat Report.
Are you pro sushi or anti-sushi?
Well, I'm definitely anti-sushi, but Craig and Will checked out some of the sushi hotspots across town to find out for themselves.
What's that?
Sushi.
Sushi?
Rice, raw fish, and seaweed.
Sushi, the food known universally as consisting of raw fish. Considering its odd makeup, the public opinion is split into those who are pro-sushi and those who are anti-sushi.
I've had sushi like 2 times in my life, and it was a decent experience, but I wouldn't choose it over any other restaurant. Like if I had a choice, I wouldn't choose sushi.
I mean, it's like all right, but I think it's kind of overrated. It's just trendy.
Really?
And I'm like, okay, I'll eat sushi, but I'm not like, oh my god, sushi.
I'm pro sushi and I find it very enjoyable to eat.
Wanting to find out what the big deal about sushi was, we went on a sushi crawl to test the waters. Our first discovery about sushi is that it's often delivered.
A+.
Deciding to take advantage of that, we ordered from the first sushi place on the list, Hero 88.
Well, I really did like the sushi. It was pretty tasty.
Yeah.
So was the fish, but that sauce was, yeah. Overall, I'd say it was pretty good.
Next, we went to Hunan Fusion, where we tried the eel cucumber and Alaskan rolls.
I mean, it was just as good as Hero 88 it was.
Yeah.
It had most of the same textures. This one was definitely more filling than Hero 88's food.
Mm-hmm.
All around, it was very nicely made. Still sticky and still made with salmon instead of crab meat this time.
True.
Yeah, it was good.
The sushi crawl ended at Ponzu Sushi. At Ponzu, we tried the most exotic and undoubtedly most tentacled foods of the day, octopus and squid.
It's pretty good. This is gonna sound odd because it's solid, but it tastes creamy, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'd have it again. It's pretty good.
At the end of the day, Craig and I were both able to draw our own conclusions and opinions about sushi, and finally decide whether we're pro or anti-sushi.
Actually really enjoyed it, you know. It didn't, I thought it would be bland because fish to me usually tastes bland, but it wasn't. There were kind of good sauces on it, and it was just really interesting to eat.
I mean, it's okay. It's not something I would buy on my own terms.
You know, I think at the end of this, I'm definitely pro sushi.
I would say anti.
This has been Will Olsen and Craig Morrissey trying out the sushi with the Wildcat Report.
This week we benched JD Wessel to give some new people a chance.
We go to Colby Gomes and Andrew Pfeifer with this week's Sports Corner.
Hi, I'm Colby Gomes. And I'm Andrew Pfeifer, and welcome to this week's Sports Corner. Let's get started.
competed in the Metro Holiday Tournament last week, finishing third behind Millard South. Wrestlers like Cole Zebley got his 100th match win. Congratulations to him, as well as Matt Sorge and Alex Dukart, placing first in their brackets.
Now let's take it over to Matt Sorge on his thoughts about state.
We're going to have to pretty much get our whole team, our varsity team to state, to put up points, and everyone's going to have to wrestle like the best they've ever wrestled in their life.
Thank you, Matt, and congratulations on your Metro title. Now let's kick it to swimming. The boys and girls swimming team both competed last week, finishing first in both their meets.
You're right, Andrew. Girls' score was 114 to 71, as long as the guys' score was 119 to 66.
I think that right now we're on the right path. We got a lot of state qualifiers at the meet at Millard North, and we have a lot of people that are right on the edge, so I think it's going to be a good end of the season.
Thank you, Peyton. Now let's move on to girls basketball. Girls basketball played Millard North at Millard North last Friday. They lost 53 to 42 without their star point guard Lauren Raj, who tore her ACL.
And with that, we take it to Hannah Leo on what she has to say about her team and how they're going to be successful.
How big of a loss is it for you guys to have Lauren Rongish get injured?
It's a pretty big loss because she's a good leader on the court and she'd help everyone understand the game better.
Thank you, Hannah. Now let's move on to boys basketball. Boys basketball had a couple tough losses, but they bounced back against Millard North with a dominating win, 69 to 43, which improved their record to 11-5.
We talked to Peyton Busher about his important role on their successful team.
What is your expectation for the team this year?
I think it's to win state, to be honest, to get back at Papio in the state championship.
And do you think this team has enough to do it?
Yes, I do. We just got to work hard in practice and in games. Can't take any plays off.
That's
drill,
for sure.
Every practice, every day.
We move on to our first update of the boys hockey season. So far, the team sits at a record of 11-4-2, and they beat Millard South last week with a score of 7-2.
They are off to a hot start. They are ranked third in their league. Now let's take it to Jack McQuaid.
I wish we could have a better record. We lost some games we should have won, but we look to improve for the future.
And for Millard West hockey, they'd have a very successful season so far, ranked third overall, as you already know. And Jack McQuaid has been a big part of that, having 14 goals total, and also had 4 goals in this game against Millard South.
This concludes our Sports Corner for this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Andrew Pfeifer.
I'm Colby Gomes. Stay classy, Wildcats.
Have fun signing up for classes, and don't forget, we have Extended QT tomorrow and Friday. I'm Corey Hadfield.
And I'm Emily Seaton, and this is the Wildcat Report.